Hi, Warren and Charlie. This is Andy Lin from Shanghai, China. Thank you very much for what you have said and what you have done. People around the globe has benefited a lot from your philosophies. So you have fans, even a lot of fans, even in China. My question is, how did you see investments in emerging markets? Will Berkshire expand its investments in places like China? If yes, what kind of industries and companies you are interested in? Thank you.
Yeah, we don't really start out looking to either emerging markets or specific countries or anything of the sort. We may find things, as we go around, but it isn't like Charlie and I talk in the morning and we say, it's a particularly good idea to invest in Brazil or India or China or whatever it may be. We've never had a conversation like that, have we, Charlie? No. And it just won't happen. We don't think that's where our strength is. And we know that our strength is not there. And we think probably most people's strength isn't there either. I mean, it sounds good, but I don't really think it's the best way to look at investments. If you told me that we could only invest, we're perfectly willing to do it. We owned a lot of PetroChina at one time. We own some BYD now. We've owned securities outside the United States and will continue to. But if you told us that we could only invest in the United States the rest of our lives, we would not regard that as a huge hardship, would we, Charlie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great way to sell an investment advice, to have a whole lot of different categories, lots of commissions, lots of advice, lots of action. And a lot of things we don't feel we've got enough of an edge so that we want to play.
Yeah, when we hear somebody talking concepts of any sort, including country-by-country concepts or whatever it might be, we tend to think that they're probably going to do better at selling than at investing. It's just such an easy way. I mean, it's what people expect to hear when somebody comes calling. That today we think that you ought to be looking at this or that around the world. The thing to do is just find a good business at an attractive price and buy
Our
it.
experts really like Bolivia. And you say, well, but last year you liked Sri Lanka. And it's just, we're not comfortable with that.
Yeah. And we usually think it's a lot of baloney, but
that's why we're not comfortable.